Adam Carolla is a fed-up Californian. He's a comedian, host of the Adam Carolla Show podcast, massive hit, and he joins me on set in L.A. Adam, mostly I wanted to talk to you about cars, but we'll talk to you about what's happening here. I mean, am I exaggerating this? I mean, I love this state. Everybody knows, you know, I have family here. I've lived here. I love this state. But this is out of control. I mean, every time I come back, it seems like it's getting worse, not better.
There is no course correction because it's like Gavin Newsom. He has so much hubris. Every time someone tries to tell him what's going wrong or why everyone's leaving, he's like, we're the #4 economy in the world. We create more telemarketing jobs. And it's like, please listen to a little constructive criticism. You're going the wrong direction. People are voting with their U-Hauls and their wallets. And as far as gas goes, you really think about it. The people that get hit the hardest are poor people. I drive an electric car. I don't really care, but there's gardeners driving full-size trucks. They can't afford to live in the cities they work in. You can't, you know, they work in Malibu. Malibu is being rebuilt. The Palisades are being rebuilt by people who live nowhere near the Palisades or Malibu because they can't afford their blue-collar working guys. So they drive full-size pickup trucks at $7 a gallon, and they have to drive in with equipment. They're getting like 5 miles to the gallon, and it's crushing them.
Well, Newsom is trying to point to progress. He said that since the beginning of the year, homelessness in the state has declined by 9%. I think they're trying to clean things up for the Olympics and so forth. But do you feel that things are getting better?
No, I passed dozens of homeless people on the way here today. I don't normally drive through this part of town, but I got off the freeway and just cut through homeless encampment after homeless encampment. By the way, with moms walking around with their kids, like guys, you know, passing out on the street, guy with his shirt off, and then some other dad just walking with his son. I was like, who the hell wants to live in this hellscape?
I want to go back to the fires. I know you've been covering this since the fires. The LA Times released a stunning report revealing that almost 2 hours before the Eaton fire broke out, LA County Emergency Management had been pushed to send out an emergency alert to warn the residents about the high winds that would pose a significant risk. But, Adam, no such alert was ever sent. Could have made a difference, could have made a significant difference, perhaps.
Well, we're so high on DEI. Like, we have the first female, the first lesbian, the first black mayor, the first. We need competent people in these important positions. These aren't ceremonial positions, you know, and we're so enamored with, we have the first, you know, fine, let's have the best. And when tragedy strikes, you need people that are competent and experienced, and we don't have that at any level in Los Angeles. And also, it's so burdensome and it's so overregulated, nobody can rebuild. They didn't drop all their red tape and all their regulations, so there's almost zero rebuilding over a year later.
Yeah, we saw a couple of houses, you know, larger houses, look different from the old houses that were there that are popping up. You know, some of the properties have been sold, a lot of them have been sold, yes, but not a lot of building. Not a lot of building in Malibu at all.
Oh, zero almost in Malibu because of the Coastal Commission. So they're not
having
anybody.
They're going to turn that into a, you know, national park, maybe.
They don't, or a petting zoo, but anything but have rich people use their own money to rebuild on their own property.
Adam, the point of Donald Trump is that California, to turn California around with common sense, middle right kind of policies, common sense policies, you have to get rid of mass mail-in ballots. What about that?
You just need the vote to be a vote, election day to be election day, not election month.
So you can get ballots 7 days after they can arrive 7 days after the election.
This thing the Democrats do, it's like, oh, we show ID, then women who are married aren't going to be allowed to vote. Or I thought it was black people who couldn't vote. No, without mail-in ID, people that are bedridden aren't going to. Okay, listen, if you're a veteran and you're abroad, then you can send it in. And if you're bedridden, you can send it in. But we had all this COVID scare crap last time. The Trader Joe's was packed on voting day. And then you go home and you mail in your ballot because you're too scared to what?
They were getting all over Trump because he voted by mail-in ballot. But he is president of the United States. Maybe he is kind of running the country. So he mailed his ballot in.
Yeah, listen, they do the same thing with voting as they did with the border. They say they want a stout border and a safe border and an orderly border, and then every time you suggest something, they shout you out of the room. And they say we need free and fair elections, and the first time you say anything about anything to correct this, they shout you out of the room. So are they for this? Because I'm starting to think they're not for what they say they're for.
It's starting to feel, every time I come here, and again, I always say I love this state. I don't think there's a state more beautiful than California. But it starts to feel like punishment. Like this is a relentless campaign of retribution and punishment. Living on stolen land, like, oh, you know, it's like we're beyond repair, we're beyond reach, we're irredeemable.
If you pay taxes, you are the enemy here, and if you don't pay taxes, you're sort of part of the protected class, and that's how it is. They put a huge burden on people who play by the rules, and everyone else can just camp in the streets.
Adam Carolla, you're a national treasure. It is so great to see you, my friend. Great to see you. I hope I get to come and talk cars with you, with my son.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.